welcome to Diecast Restos. I'm Jason and this is a Corgi Juniors Reliant TW9. It was number 1C and was available in either cream or orange. Underneath the red coat, this model was previously an orange example. All models came with a plastic bumper attachment that acted as a stabiliser for use with Corgi playtracks. It's fairly sturdy without it, but here's how it looked clipped onto a mint example. The TW9 was also known as the Reliant Ant, and looked like this in reality. They were produced between 1967 and 1987, and were designed by Tom Karen of Ogle Design. You might be familiar with Tom Karen, Reliant or Ogle, as I've covered all three in my Corgi 12C Reliant Ogle Scimitar GTE Custom from 2021. That particular model was also crudely painted over. Must be something about Reliance. The TW9 was designed and built as a business utility vehicle, with a variety of different versions available to suit various needs. It was frequently sold as just a cab and chassis, allowing customers to fit their own body. These included flatbeds, closed delivery vans, small water carriers, refuse collectors, snow ploughs, road sweepers, articulated tractor units, the list goes on. The chassis was pressed steel with the Ogle designed glass fibre cabin sitting atop it. It came with a 701cc 4-stroke engine which sat directly behind the lone front wheel. This produced 27.5 horsepower. It weighed just 545 kilos, around 1200 pounds. The TW9 had synchromesh on the top 3 gears of the 4-speed transmission. The aerodynamic cab seated 2. Its gentle curves and creases helped enhance the structural strength, with its inset round headlamps and single windscreen wiper. The TW9 was never intended for the UK market. The first 200 that were sold were built for the Greek market, with the TW9 being built under licence in Greece by 1972. These offered a 500 kilo payload capacity, with the intention of competing with the similarly 3-wheeled Piaggio Ape. While the left-hand drive overseas models had that 500 kilo payload capacity, Reliant envisaged an 800 kg capacity for the domestic market. However, the TW9, by now referred to as the Ant, which Reliant would ultimately adopt, struggled with its 700cc power plant. So in 1972, the capacity was increased to 748cc, producing 32 bhp. Later 1975 models can be found with Reliant's 850cc engines, though it is unclear if these were definitely factory fitted. These engines pushed out 45 brake horsepower. The TW9 and or Ant had a long production run, as in the UK at the time of sale, no other vehicles offered so much vehicle configuration variety for so many different jobs. Local councils were frequent purchasers, often using them for road sweeping through the 70s and 80s. Between 1967 and 1971, 1,229 Reliant TW9 Ants were built in the UK. A further 659 were built from 1972 until the official end of production in 1987. These models came fitted with the larger engine. It is not known how many were built in Greece. Production also continued under licence by BTB Engineering, who built Ants up to 1986. Greek production ran until 1995. Unfortunately, there isn't much further info about the model online, so all I can really tell you is about the parts that lay in front of me. The components are essentially this single cast of the entire body with a flatbed, the window piece that also incorporates the headlights, and the base, to which the 3 wheels are attached. I returned my example back to orange by applying Highcoat's Ford Signal Orange. The Citadel washed rear wheels have the foil trim replaced with some Molotow chrome straight out of my 1mm paint pen. None was applied to the single front wheel. The body is lastly given a clear coat. So here's the trio of parts that make up this 3-wheeler. I slot in the window piece first before aligning the base. This is held in place at the front using some cast attachments and the bumper which forms part of the base. It's then secured and screwed shut. So here's my Corgi Juniors Whizzwheels 1C Reliant TW9 as it looked with its overcoat of red. The messy paint job had covered all of the parts that make up the TW9. There was a small crack to the main windshield, but since no reproductions of this part are produced, I've unfortunately only been able to polish and make do. But aside from that, I hope you think I've managed to reinvigorate this quirky little casting. And so, here it is now. It has returned to an orange shade reminiscent of its original look. I've bathed the window piece and base in Dettol to remove all traces of that horrible red overpaint. Like I said, it's a case of making the most of the windscreen, so that crack is still visible, albeit less surrounded by minor imperfections. And those wheels have been washed in Citadel Gloss non-oil and had their foil pattern returned with some Molotow chrome. Is there anything more you think I could have done with this one? Leave a comment with what you think about the Reliant TW9 and leave a like if you enjoyed this resto. Please, if you aren't already, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel so you never miss one of my releases. Better yet, help support the channel by pledging on Patreon or on YouTube memberships. But all that leaves me to say is thank you for watching and I will see you again for the next one. Bye for now.